Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So again, if you can see behind me, this is my brand new supercar, a 2021 Porsche 911 Turbo S, the Big Daddy, that's right. And so we're just done detailing the exterior, a full day of detailing. There's a video about that on my channel. So first of all, if you want to see the reveal of the car, go check out the video. It was emotional. It was something crazy. My brother and my girlfriend were there to also witness this with me. So it's an amazing moment that was filmed by a professional film crew that I had with me to capture the moment and keep that in memory forever, because I've been dreaming of this car ever since I was young. I always have wanted a 911 Turbo. So now we have the Turbo S. And so, yeah, we did a full day of detailing. Another video, by the way, which was launched on my channel. If you want to see the entire exterior detail, a full day that was done with a special guest, by the way. So go check that out. And one of the tools that we used in that video was a new polisher from LC Power Tools. This is a division from Lake Country. They're world renowned for the pads that they make, the polishing pads. And this is the 51E adjustable polisher sander. They call it 51E because it's a 5-in-1 tool electric polisher. So DA, rotary, sander, a bunch of stuff all included in this awesome tech. There's a special dial here in the front. You're going to learn all about it. I also have a special guest in this video that knows everything about this tool with over 40 years of experience in the detailing world. By the way, this is not a paid review, but Lake Country or LC Power Tools did send me this tool to be able to enjoy. So thank you for that, by the way. I'll leave the links to all the tools and the products, guys, in the description under the video if you want to check those out or purchase one for yourself. And they also developed these new pads, so foam and wool, and we're going to tell you when to use them, which scenario. So these are new UDOS pads that they developed specifically for this tool. So yeah, another cool review about a new tool that has new technology. So you know the drill. Without further ado, stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start the show. So just a quick video to talk about a polisher, new model from Lake Country. It's the UDOS 51E. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yes. So you can see behind me in just a few seconds, I have a special guest that's here today. He's an expert in the field, decades and decades in the detailing business, has his own detailing channel as well, the Detailers Business Academy. So for those of you who know, you kind of guessed it. Let me show you now. And this, we have my friend Ivan Lacroix, who was here to obviously do all the prep work, including polishing of this vehicle, my brand new 2021 Porsche 911 Turbo S. And we applied a crazy ceramic coating, so you can go ahead and check that video out on the channel. It's pretty awesome. So one of the tools he used was this new UDOS 51E polisher. First of all, Ivan, I know there's a lot of tech that went into the engineering of this, but why the name?
Okay, so UDOS is user-defined orbital stroke. So that's what the UDOS stands for. Okay. 51E, it's 5-in-1 and it's electric. So that's the UDOS 51E.
So you say, wait a second, 5-in-1?
Yes.
There's 5 tools in one single polisher.
5 tools, 1 hand, very good.
Okay.
Basically, it starts with a rotary mode. So if you can see the R that's here.
Yes. So
it's literally a rotary. It turns in a circle, the way a rotary should. Next, we can take it to, and we have to align it perfectly, and I have to look at it. There we go. So now we have in the S or sanding mode, which is an 8mm stroke, and you can see so a little short stroke. Then we have P1 or polishing 1.
So the switching is done directly on the tool itself.
Right, so we just bring the collar down and go down.
Boom.
So now we have a 12mm stroke. Obviously variable speed like everybody else. Then we have, and to change the things, we line up this line, push down on the collar, bring it up, and then back up. Now P2 is a 15mm stroke. And finally, we have P3, which is a 21 millimeter stroke. And then we have my favorite stroke, which is no stroke.
I know, guys, in the comment section, don't go wild with all the stroking comments.
So to go from S to rotary, you also have to line up the backing plate. There's these little white dots on the backing plate.
Yes.
There we go. And now my favorite stroke, the rotary.
So what's the spin speed of the rotary?
From 1,000 to, I never go higher than that, so I don't know what the top speed is.
Okay.
Actually, 2,400.
So you get a speed control. Where is the...
So variable speed.
controls? Okay.
And the trigger also varies. So you can go below the 1,000 RPM with the trigger.
Okay.
And then that's the trigger locked. And we can go... Now the
trigger lock is on the side?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that speed 5 is great for washing your pads. It's what I use it for.
So you have, with the UDOS system, they also developed a set of pads to go with it?
Yeah, so they developed a set of pads, and they also developed a really unique backing plate. And the backing plate is actually a big part of the story with the pads as well. So if you look at the backing plate, it has NACA ducts, or NACA ducts.
Yes, the NACA ducts for air.
Right. So like a lot of people, we have a perforated backing plate, but those perforations lead to these NACA ducts that draw air through the pad, cooling it. And the cooler your pad is, the better your polishing is going to be. Now there are 3 pads with the system. So the first pad is the wool pad. And you can see it's a textured wool surface. It's woven or waffle shaped.
Yeah.
This is the cutting pad. And you're going to get great cut with this pad, especially on your orbital mode. So if you put on a 21 millimeter stroke, you're going to cut like crazy with this thing. And the Lake Country technology, these angles are not just for good looks. They actually are scientifically designed or engineered to be perfect. And that angle allows it that when you put pressure on this pad, it maintains the pressure all the way to the edge. The next one is the olive pad, which is basically a one-step pad or a foam cutting pad. And again, the UDOS being a rotary and a DA, the pads are designed to work in all 5 modes. So that's one thing. There's some pads that are great with a rotary, some pads that are spectacular with a DA, but they're not good on the other type of machine. Whereas this pad works well on both. So the rotary, whether you're using 8, 12, 15, or 21 millimeter strokes, this will do the job. And again, the engineering details from Lake Country are amazing. This little curve here, so we can see this little curve, when you put pressure on the pad, it absorbs that pressure, but it maintains the pressure all the way out to the outside of the pad. So you don't have dry buffing or areas where your pad is actually lifting up a little bit. Your pressure stays constant. And they actually developed a new foam for the machine, and that's what these 2 foams are. They're not used in any other Lake Country or anybody's pads for that matter. They're developed specifically for the machine and the rigors that it can put a pad through because of going from a 0-stroke rotary to 21 millimeters.
Yeah, I can tell the difference because I'm used to their CCS foam pads, and they're totally different.
Totally different feel, totally different method of working. And then you have the finishing pad. So the fine polishing pad, again, it has that same curve on the edge, has the cooling hole in the center. People think it's an alignment hole. Yes, it is an alignment hole, but it aids spectacularly in cooling. So it keeps the pad a lot cooler. And the cooler your pad is, the better it cuts. So that's the finishing pad. And being Americans, they love their Army. That's why they went with the khaki colors, as a bit of a tribute.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so what's your favorite use for this polisher? Like, which modes do you prefer, and what do you use for cutting? What do you use for polishing?
For cutting, I use the 21 millimeter stroke with the wool pad. It's a beast, to use a popular word. It cuts spectacularly. And for finishing, the finishing pad in the rotary mode.
In the rotary mode. So that might be quite contrary to what some people might think, right?
Exactly. The 21 millimeter stroke is the most aggressive stroke you have, and you're going to go through paint a lot faster. You're going to cut a lot faster on the DA mode than you do on the rotary mode. And it's something that I encourage everybody to test for themselves. And then for finishing, the rotary gives you the most spectacular finish because you don't have micro marring. Before the advent of the DA polishers in the industry, everybody cut and finished with a rotary. Well, DAs happened and a new term was invented, micro marring. And micro marring is a side effect of the DA. And we don't always see it. On a metallic paint, you won't really notice it. But if you have a pure black paint, that's when micro marring rears its ugly head and you see it all the time. So if you're having a problem with a paint that's micro marring, you switch the machine to rotary and you're good to go.
And one thing that I also learned today, because you always learn with Ivan, is I noticed you use low speeds when you're using the rotary mode, which some people might be trigger happy and load it up to the max speed and then get that thing going like nuts.
Yeah.
But what's the reason why you use low speed? And I also noticed that you barely put any pressure on the polisher.
Actually, I put no pressure on the polisher. And the lower the speed, the cooler the cut, and the faster the cut, and the better the finish as well. And you get no swelling of the paint. So when you're done, you're done. You don't have to wait for the Botox to dissipate in the paint.
Makes total sense. So guys, this is the UDOS polisher. Let's have a last look. If you guys are interested, by the way, I'll leave the links in the description under the video. Lake Country did provide me with this tool, but this is not a sponsored video. They did not pay for any review. I'm just giving you the latest and greatest in the tools world. And of course, I had Ivan here.
And I don't work for Lake Country either. I used to, but I don't anymore.
Not anymore. Perfect. Awesome. So you'll have the links in the description, guys. And let me get back to me.
And
did you want to add something else?
well, just for you, it's not Lake Country that makes this. It's LC Power Tools.
Oh, it's not the same.
It's the same company,
Okay.
but it's a division of Lake Country Manufacturing.
So that's clearly why they have the LC logo there in the front.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's a division of. So they focus on making the tools.
Right. And one other thing, you noticed it and people notice, is the weight of the tool. It's not exactly a lightweight, but it's perfectly balanced.
Absolutely.
So, you've got balancing on one finger.
Built like a tank too.
Yeah, exactly.
I tested it and it's pretty good. So Ivan, thanks for the demo as usual, and thanks for all the info. Guys, once again, links in the description. You know the drill. Thanks for being there. Of course, to continue learning more about car detailing, all the products, equipment, tips, tricks, and techniques, you have to click the subscribe button that's found under this video. And that way you'll subscribe to my channel and never miss my future videos. So thanks for being there. Thanks for watching. And in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.